Okay, think of some classic movie moments, right? You've got Dorothy in her airborne house watching a witch ride past her window. You've got a cow flying past Bill Paxton as he drives through a storm in Twister, or Glenn Powell doing his best Bill Paxton in Twisters. Or, lest we forget, the cinematic classic Sharknado. I mean, come on, tornadoes, they're great scene stealers. However, when these storms strike in real life, 1,200 times a year in the U.S., in fact, they are nothing to cheer about.
In the U.S., the death toll from tornadoes exceeds that of the death toll from hurricanes and earthquakes combined.
Until recently, American building codes didn't require tornado-resistant design and construction. That is, until the heroes of our story came onto the scene. Marc Levitan, Long Phan, and the Tornado Wind Loads team at the National Institute of Standards and Technology.
Shortly after I arrived at NIST in 2011, that was the worst tornado season in many years. There was a huge outbreak in April. Then this huge tornado hit Joplin, Missouri in May of 2011.
The tornado devastated the city of Joplin. It was the costliest single tornado in U.S. history and caused almost 160 deaths. It also destroyed local resources like hospitals and schools. But Long and Marc found a silver lining in that tragedy.
When Joplin happened, the damage were different. It hit engineered structure, and we were able to observe and study the damage to engineered structure, and we use those as the basic for developing the standards.
We made recommendations that we need to have a better understanding of the tornadic winds to be able to develop hazard maps, and we need to have a better understanding of the loads that tornadoes create on the building so that we can create load provisions.
This began an extensive research effort that informed the creation of tornado hazard maps, which identified where tornado design provisions are required and the necessary design methods to build tornado-resistant structures.
We hold workshops that involve wind engineering community. That transparency at the workshop allow people to buy in.
Most tornadoes are EF2 or less, which means they have wind speeds of 135 miles per hour or less. And so one of the things that we came to realize through our work, the vast majority of tornadoes have wind speeds that we can design for very easily, to include not just schools, but hospitals and fire stations and a lot of other critical facilities. And as buildings get constructed to these new requirements, we're going to see a reduction of loss of life and property due to tornadoes.